Smith of Family Friendly Canine Dog Training in Northern California. These are my friends behind me, Jerry and Ernie. You can see they're just kind of hanging out and wanted to be part of the video. So I said, well, why don't you come hang out on your dog beds and feel free to be part of the video. So there they are. So today we are recording this video as part of a do-it-yourself dog training video series that we'll have on our website as well as YouTube to be able to help you with any of the issues that you're having, or if you find yourself in the position where you want to try some of the different tools or training protocols that we use. We want to make sure and document that for you and help you out in any way that we can. I know that these videos certainly helped me a bunch when I was really getting into dog training in the business and learning about different tools. Various different videos on YouTube really helped me out as well. So hope this does help, and there will be a lot more videos to come, a lot more content, free content for you to help you in any way that we can. So let's get started. Prong collars. So this is what a prong collar looks like. This is a Herm Springer prong collar, and you know that it's a Herm Springer because it says Springer on there. It's got a couple of different tags. That one there, this plate here says Springer as well. The reason we use this specific one is that Herm Springer does a really great job of rounding off the edges of all of the contact points here to ensure that our dogs do not get injured in any way. The prong collar is something, as you look at it, you think, my God, that looks medieval, right? And there's a lot of people that on the internet giving false information saying these hurt dogs, they'll damage dogs, and that's absolutely not the case. I would not use these collars on either Jerry or Ernie if I thought it was harming them in any way. What it has done is it's given me the ability to communicate with both of them while on the leash in many different ways and protocols as we go through our training, and really it teaches the dog about leash pressure. So the beautiful part about the Herm Springer, or any prong collar for that matter, is that it is designed to give consistent pressure around the dog's neck, okay, all the way around. So that's what it's designed to do, versus your typical collar, flat buckle collar that you see. Really is, there is no pressure to it unless the dog is pulling against it, and then you see a lot of pressure up against the trachea area, possibly doing some real damage. So the Herm Springer, while it looks medieval, as I said, it's a great tool and provides consistent pressure around the dog's neck, ensuring that there is no harm. And again, Herm Springer makes a great prong collar. We also like how it really kind of activates. Does a really great job, and you can really feel it, going through like that. There's others that you can buy, obviously, on the market, and even if you go to a big box store, you'll find them there as well. But what you will find is a lot of times some of those are really kind of more of a flat versus a rounded off, which potentially could harm your dog. So you just want to be careful on which brand that you do use and purchase. Again, Herm Springer, you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on Chewy, you can find it on many different sites, so go ahead and look for that. Now, as for sizes, when you go and you're looking for a prong collar, what you'll see is you'll see a size chart. And the size chart is really by the diameter of the neck, and so that kind of tries to direct you. But what I will tell you is for my two labs they use a little different size. The black one is younger and has a smaller neck, and we're still kind of using this in his training. But whereas the chocolate lab there has a bit thicker neck and is an adult and has been through this a long time, so we use a different size. So this prong collar here is a 2.25 millimeter prong collar. So you'll see that as a small, and you think, Well, I think on the website it says 12 to 14 inches or something like that, and you think, oh man, that's not going to fit my dog. Well, the nice part is they also sell extra links, right? You can see that there, all right, extra links. So if you choose to go with the smaller 2.25, go ahead, for example, for my lab there, I had to add several links so that it would go around his neck properly. We'll show you how to size and fit it here in just a minute, as well as how do we introduce it to the dog. Like all of our tools that we use, I really want to make sure that everybody's very clear that you don't just put it on and start reacting with it. There's a very specific protocol that you want to use in order to help the dog really learn and understand what the tool is and what kind of communication that you're doing with with the dog and him to his owner. The other one I have here is a 3.0 millimeter. So for again the black dog, I'm using the smaller 2.25. It seems to fit him and react a little better based on his age and his size. The 3.0 is really the size I use for the chocolate lab. He's a bit bigger, and again has been utilizing this for a little bit longer. So my recommendation is so you can see, think about your dog. What size are they in relationship to a full-size Labrador Retriever, and that should kind of help you and guide you. Again, for all of these prong collars, regardless of the size, you can also, again, order a pack of extra links. They come like 3 in a pack, something like that, and you probably don't need any more than that. But again, it really just depends on the size of your dog and what you think you might need. So now, as far as the prong collar goes, it's really pretty easy, but you don't want this big enough to where it slides over a dog's head. If it's that big, if you sized it that big, then it's the wrong size. Okay, it's really designed to go, snugly around the neck and up high against the ears. Now, in order to do that, it has to be pretty snug, and you wouldn't be able to fit it over the dog's head. So these are designed with these little hooks here to come apart like this, okay? So in other words, you're going to put it around the dog's neck and slide in there, and you're done, okay? So let's see if I can just show a close-up. What I like to do is I slide it up and then just give it a pinch, and it comes out, right? All right? And when I put it back in, what I try to do is I put one side in. Let's see if I can do that, and then anchor it, squeeze, and in, okay? One more time, slide it up, pinch it, comes apart, anchor one side, pinch, and in, okay? Now, I will tell you that it is a little difficult at first when you first start, kind of pulling these in and out and that kind of a thing. It can be a bit of a challenge, so you might want to, when you first receive it, maybe even just spend a TV night there and just, kind of pop it out and get used to it, so that when you're putting it on your dog, it's a lot easier for you. You understand the mechanics of it and those sorts of things. So again, this is the prong collar, and what this does is it really teaches, again, the idea of leash pressure, what that means. So we apply pressure in certain training circumstances, and then what happens is, as they complete the task or they're in the right position, for example with heel, it releases, and so they feel this pressure and release from the prong collar, which tells them, hey, I'm in the wrong position, or I'm being asked to do something. And then as the pressure releases, the dog understands that they've then completed the task asked of, or they're in the right position now, or whatever the case may be, depending on what you're training. So we really like to start with the prong collar with the dog as part of a building foundation process for us. We also utilize e-collars, but we always start with the prong collar initially, so that we can really do some great leash work, and that really helps to build into, when we go into e-collar, and build that foundation over the top. So I can tell you that if used the right way, you can stop leash pulling and leash reactivity very quickly. Specifically the leash pulling. I promise you, within about 5 to 10 minutes of some foundation work with the prong collar and your dog, you will stop leash pulling. You can look at all kinds of different videos out there. I'm going to certainly do a bunch myself and try to help you along that path. I'm telling you that leash pulling has got to be one of the most annoying things out there as far as a dog owner. You just want to be able to take your dog out for a walk. Having them pull you all over up and down the street is no fun. I've been there. I have absolutely been there. But I've discovered the right tools and the right training protocols in order to stop that behavior. So anyway, that's it for this part of the video. Next, what you'll see is a demonstration of how we introduce the prong collar to a dog that's never had it on, and how we introduce a leash pressure and the idea of pressure on and pressure off dog training. So that's next. Thank you so much for watching.